Hey there, Soul Shines. It's Michelle here, and I haven't done a video in a while. I have had an adventure in my life, and I apologize, I'm not quite sure where to look at when I'm doing this on my phone. And even though I'm at home, setting up my computer is a little bit of a challenge. I fell a week and a half ago, and I severely sprained my knee. We'll find out more tomorrow. Prayers and light always welcome. Today I want to talk about a tool that I have found tremendously helpful lately. It's super simple, and all you have to do is give yourself permission. So sometimes in life we are holding on to things so tight we may not even be aware of it. One of the things that I've found recently is that I have these desires for the way other people behave. And I get really upset when they don't behave in that way. So I've started saying, I give you permission to behave however you want. I don't say it to them necessarily, but I say it within myself. I give this person, like my son, he's prime example. I give Zach permission to um, choose not to be obedient. I give Zach permission to choose not to do homework. Um, I also say the opposite. I give Zach permission to be obedient. I give Zach permission to um, do his schoolwork. Because surprisingly, sometimes our views of people can also help keep them stuck. If we don't see that they'll ever be successful, we will subconsciously treat them in a way that doesn't allow them to step into that role around us. So I choose to give him permission to be different ways. Now I use the same kind of idea of permission on myself. So I give myself permission to succeed. I give myself permission to fail. I give myself permission to allow my sweetheart to come into my life. Oh, I got my glasses on my head. And I give my sweetheart permission to never show up. I give myself permission to be alone for the rest of my life. Um, these kinds of ideas can really create powerful shifts within us. Um, I give myself permission to feel negatively because so often we get caught up in this idea that we have to always have high vibrations, and therefore we are denying what we actually feel. And feelings are just feelings. And as long as we're fighting the feeling, it will continue to be there. So I give myself permission to feel that way. I also continue to um, say things like, I feel this feeling fully and completely, because I find that when I say that, it just, it allows the feeling to actually dissolve. Like, oh, you're feeling me? Awesome. I can go away now. Um, it's really bizarre how it works, but it works, so I use it. So this is my favorite new tool. Give myself permission. Give myself permission to do nothing today, and I give myself permission to be incredibly productive today. And notice how I feel. Now, I'm going to share a little example with my friend. My friend made a beautiful wreath. It's got the Grinch on it, and it's just absolutely incredible. And she's been playing with this tool as well. And so she gave herself permission to sell the wreath, and she gave herself permission to not sell the wreath. And amazingly for her, as soon as she said, I give myself permission to not sell the wreath, all of a sudden, all that concern and worry and doubt about selling it just kind of lifted. And she started believing that she would actually be able to sell the wreath. Um, you can use this with absolutely anything in your life. Give yourself permission to have, give yourself permission to never have. Give yourself permission to feel negative. Give yourself permission to feel positive. Play around with it and notice how you feel after it. A lot of times I have yawns, which are, for me, a sign that things are energetically shifting. My friend feels lighter after she says these things. So that's my tool tip for you guys today. Play around with it. I give you permission to like what I have to say, and I give you permission to not like it. I give you guys permission to not like me. And that's pretty powerful because I've gone through life wanting so much to be liked that it was really hard to allow people to not like me. It's incredible when you give people permission to have their own opinions and it doesn't affect you because you're like, you have permission to have your opinion, and I still choose to be positive. I still choose to be happy. So, that's what I have to share for you guys. Remember to let your light shine big, bright, live, and beautiful, and I'll see you guys next time. Did you stop?